Hello everyone, my name is Akit Nasipekwa. Today I am going to present my project entitled Designing and Implementing an Adaptive Speaking Test using ChatGPT. This project explores how generative artificial intelligence can be used to design, administer, and evaluate an adaptive speaking test. Throughout the project, I act as both a test designer and a researcher, investigating the opportunities and challenges of AI mediated language assessment. The purpose of this project was to explore the practical application of generative AI in language assessment. In this presentation, I will discuss the design of the adaptive speaking test, speaking assessment constructs, AI adaptation mechanisms, scoring procedures, implementation, results, and the strengths and limitations of the system. Before designing the test, I conducted research on adaptive testing, speaking assessment, and AI in language education. Adaptive testing is based on the principle that tasks should become easier or more difficult depending on the learner's performance. In speaking assessment, important constructs include fluency, grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and coherence. Research also shows that AI can provide immediate feedback and personalized assessment opportunities. Bahman and Palmer argue that speaking assessment should evaluate different aspects of language performance. In my adaptive test, I use five criteria: fluency, grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and coherence. These criteria help provide a more detailed and balanced evaluation of speaking proficiency. AI in language assessment. Artificial intelligence in language assessment refers to use of computer-based systems such as ChatGPT, DeepSeek to evaluate learners' language skills. These systems can analyze spoken or written language, provide feedback, sometimes assign scores based on predefined criteria. Bennett explains that AI technologies can make assessment more efficient by providing instant feedback and automated evaluation. Researchers also emphasize the importance of maintaining fairness and reliability when AI is used for assessment purposes. This idea is highly relevant to my project because ChatGPT was used as both an examiner and a feedback provider. Next, adaptive testing process. This figure illustrates the workflow of an adaptive testing system purchased by Huang, Lin, and Cheng in 2009. First, the student selects an assessment and receives information about the test. Next, the system chooses a question that matches the learner's current ability level. After the student responds, the system evaluates the performance and generates results. The most important aspects of this process is that the system adapts future tasks according to previous responses. This personalized approach is one of the key principles that I applied when designing my AI-powered adaptive speaking test using ChatGPT. Let's talk about the advantages. One of the main benefits is that it provides immediate feedback, which helps learners improve quickly. It also makes assessment more efficient and accessible since it can be used anytime without needing a human examiner. However, there are also disadvantages. AI systems may not always fully understand the complexity of human language, especially in speaking tasks. They can sometimes produce inconsistent or inaccurate scores, and they can't fully evaluate pronunciation or natural interaction in the same way a human can. Here is the test purpose and target level. The primary purpose of my test was a was to assess overall speaking proficiency among intermediate English learners. I selected the B1 level because it represents learners who can communicate effectively in everyday situation, but still need improvement in accuracy and complexity. The test focused on the 5 speaking components that are widely recognized in language assessment. Here is the speaking task. The first task was a personal introduction. The second task was a picture description activity. The third task required participants to express and justify their opinion. The fourth task was a role play activity based on a real life communication situation. Together, these tasks provide a comprehensive evaluation of speaking proficiency. Adaptive mechanism. The adaptive mechanism was the most important feature of this test. If participants demonstrated strong speaking ability, ChatGPT increased the difficulty by introducing more challenging questions and abstract topics. On the other hand, if participants struggled, the AI simplified the tasks and provided additional support. This ensured that each participant received tasks appropriate for their proficiency level. Next, prompt design. These instructions guided the AI to evaluate learner performance, adapt question difficulty, provide feedback, and generate scores. The prompt design was crucial because it demonstrated how accurately and consistently the AI responded during the assessment. Next, speaking assessment rubric. An analytic scoring rubric was used to evaluate speaking performance. Each participant received separate scores for fluency, grammar, vocabulary pronunciation, and coherence. Each criterion was scored on a scale from 1 to 5, resulting in a maximum score of 25 points. This scoring method allowed for a detailed evaluation of different aspects of speaking ability. Implementation process. First, I recruit 2 participants to act as test takers. Then I scheduled individual Zoom sessions and recorded each interaction. During the sessions, participants completed the speaking task while ChatGPT adapted the questions based on their responses. At the end of the session, I collected the AI-generated scores and feedback for analysis. Uh, This slide also represents an example of the prompt that was used during the implementation process. The prompt instructed ChatGPT to act as an English-speaking examiner, evaluate learner performance, adapt task difficulty, and provide feedback, also generate scores. Let's watch the first participant's video.
Hello, Dana.
Hi.
Thank you for participating in my adaptive speaking test.
You're welcome.
And here is a prompt that I have already sent to ChatGPT. ChatGPT will be your English speaking examiner. And here is an assessment rubric. ChatGPT will assess you with these criteria like fluency, grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and the coherence. You should get 25 points. And here is the pictures that you will be described in second task. So good luck.
Thank you. I guess I'm ready. Hi, ChatGPT. I'm Dana, and I'm ready. Ask your questions, and I will answer.
Hi, Jenna. Great, let's get started. So can you tell me about your daily routine? What do you usually do on a normal weekday?
My daily routine starts at around 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. I wake up and I check my phone in a few minutes, and I have breakfast. I brush my teeth, I have breakfast, and I get ready for university. In university, I attend my classes during the day, and in the evening, I spend time studying, talking with my friend, and having dinner. So I go to bed around midnight. Yeah.
That's really good. Just a small correction. Instead of I will wake up, you can say I wake up. Otherwise, your routine is clear. Now let's move to task 2. What can you see in this picture?
In this picture, I can see a happy family spending time together in a park, and they are having a picnic and enjoying the moment, enjoying the weather. And atmosphere looks enjoyable and very friendly. Yeah.
That's really nice. You described the atmosphere well. Just a tiny fix instead of the weather them, you can say the weather. Great job. Now let's move to task 3. What is the most important skill for success in life?
So the most important skill in life is being responsible. Responsible people can achieve their goals and can manage their time effectively. So yeah, I think being responsible is the most important skill.
That's a strong answer. Just one small correction. Instead of can manage, say can manage their time. But overall, great job. Now let's go to task 4. One group member is not contributing. What would you do?
So first of all, I would talk to the group member and ask if they have any problems. And after discussing the issue, I would try to give them a suitable responsibility, so they can manage their. Everyone can contribute and work together successfully.
Exactly. That was a clear plan. Now I'll give you your scores. For fluency, 5 out of 5, you spoke smoothly. 4 out of 5, a few small mistakes, but mostly correct. For vocabulary, 5 out of 5, good range of words.
I can hear your voice.
Ah, great. I'm glad the feedback is coming through. Just to finish, I estimated your level as B1+. I kept the difficulty balanced. Easier questions at the start and a bit more complex later. Your strengths were fluency and vocabulary, and you can just fine-tune a few grammar points.
I got it. Thank you for your feedback.
You're very welcome, Jenna. I'm really glad I could help. If you ever want to practice again or have more questions, just let me know.
The participant interacted with ChatGPT while completing the speaking tasks. Let's watch the second video.
Hello, Aike. Thank you for participating in my adaptive speaking test. And here is a prompt I have already sent to ChatGPT. ChatGPT will be your English speaking examiner. And here is the assessment rubric. ChatGPT will assess these criteria like fluency, grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and coherence. You should get 25 points. And here is a photo that you will describe in second task. So are you ready? Yes. Okay, let's start. You can start.
Of course, I'll continue. What is your name and what do you usually do in your free time?
Okay, my name is Ayurke, and in my free time, I usually like to relax and enjoy watching films, especially K-dramas. I find them very interesting because of their stories and characters. Sometimes I also read books, especially when I want to improve my English or just spend my time quiet and more productive.
That was really nice. You explained your hobbies well. Just a tiny correction. Instead of spend my time quiet, you can say spend my time quietly. Great job. Now let's move to task 2. What can you see in this picture?
This picture shows a happy family at home. The mother is sitting next to the father and drinking tea, while father is reading a newspaper. They have 3 daughters. One daughter is reading a book, while another one is playing the piano, and the third daughter is sitting near the father and drinking a tea with him. There is also a dog in the family. Their house looks cozy and warm, creating a peaceful and comfortable atmosphere.
That was a really clear description. You included a lot of good detail. Just a small note, instead of sitting near the father, you could say sitting next to him. But overall, really nice job. Now let's go to task 3. Do you think social media is helpful or harmful? Why?
Social media is helpful or harmful? I think social media is both helpful and harmful. One positive side is it helps people communicate with each other, learn new information, and it also helps them stay updated with global news. However, it can also has disadvantages, harmful sides. It can be distracting and time-consuming, but I think it depends on how people use it in real life responsibly.
That was a really thoughtful answer. You explained both the good and bad sides clearly. Just a small correction, instead of has disadvantages, you can say it also has disadvantages. But that was great. Now let's go to task 4. What are some effective ways to reduce student stress during exams?
Okay, let me think.
Take your time. Just think about some ways that students can feel less stressed and let me know when you're ready. I'm listening.
Okay, one effective way to reduce students' stress during exams is to help them manage their time properly. If students make a study plan or prepare step by step instead of preparing for exams just at the last moment, they feel more confident. Another solution is to encourage regular breaks and healthy habits such as enough sleep or exercise. I think this helps the brain stay more focused and reduce anxiety.
That was really well explained. You gave clear examples and you had good reasoning. Just a tiny note, instead of such as and sleep, you can say such as getting enough sleep.
Okay.
For fluency, no problem. Of course. Let me continue with the scoring. So for fluency, I would give you 5 out of 5. You kept a steady pace. For grammar, 4 out of 5. Just a couple small mistakes. Vocabulary, 5 out of 5. Good variety.
Okay, during the session, the AI evaluated responses and adapted the level of difficulty according to the participant performance. Let's talk about the results and the analysis. The results showed that both participants performed very well in the adaptive speaking test. Ayerke and Dana each received a total score of 24 out of 25. They achieved full marks in fluency, grammar, pronunciation, and coherence. The only area for improvement was grammar, where both participants made a few minor mistakes. The AI adopted the difficulty level throughout the test and provided balanced questions according to participant performance. Uh, Overall, this finding suggests that ChatGPT was able to provide consistent scoring and personalized assessments, supporting the effectiveness of AI-assisted adaptive speaking tests. Let's talk about the strengths and the limitations. Several strengths and limitations were identified during the project. The main strengths included immediate feedback, personalized assessment, and efficient administration. However, some limitations were also observed. ChatGPT couldn't fully evaluate pronunciation, and certain scoring decisions might differ from those of human answers. In addition, the assessment process depends heavily on technology and internet access. To conclude my project, it demonstrated that generative AI can effectively support adaptive speaking assessment. ChatGPT successfully adapted questions according to learner performance and provided immediate feedback and scores. Although AI offers many advantages, human involvement remains essential for ensuring reliability and fairness. In the future, I think combining AI technology with human expertise may lead to more effective language assessment practices. So thank you for your attention. And here is a reference that I use for my project.